What's good, y'all? We back and we black with another video. This is part 3 on the evolutions and the beginnings of couture. Now, in the last video, we spoke on how it was an influx of immigrants who came to America who filled the men and women sweatshops, the 19th century chain stores, the 20th century department stores, and how fashion companies used to sell their products through fashion catalogs. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the segments of the fashion industry. So, segments of the fashion industry will include textiles, manufacturers, retailers, franchises, fashion communications, and market consultants. Now, for those who don't know, textiles are small cloths or woven fabrics. They are sent to the customer to get a feel for the idea so they can know what their future garments will look like. And of course, a manufacturer, a person or a company that has goods for sale. Then you have retailers, a person or a business that sells goods to the public at relatively small quantities for use or consumption rather than for resale. Then you have franchisees, right? Individuals or businesses that buys the rights to operate a business using another company's, the franchisors, established brand, proven business model, trademarks, and systems, essentially running their own outlets such as UPS or McDonald's. Right? Fashion communications, right? The process of using various media to share a brand's identity, tell its story, and connect with its audience. And then there's the market consultant, an expert who advises businesses on improving their marketing strategies, from brand positioning and market research to implementing digital companies, SEO, social media, and analyzing data to boost brand awareness, leads, and sales, often working as an external specialist to provide objective insights and driven growth. And last but especially not least, you got the fashion designer, right? The creative director, right? The creative team, all behind pushing what is the creative outlook on how the brand will look creatively, right? Either the design, the clothing itself, or creatively direct where slash how the product should align with the ethos and brand of the company. Okay, all these prime premises of a brand are the steps into growing a company. Now, diving into the most important processes of how garments are designed. You have textiles, right? You got the fibers, right? Fibers that must be selected to meet the fabric requirements of designers, the manufacturers, and consumers. Cotton, flax, wools, and silks. Many chemical companies have discovered numerous manufactured fibers, and fibers are transformed in fabrics at textile mills. So when it comes to manufacturers and manufacturing, they can perform in many operations and post-productions, such as designing the line, purchasing fabrics and trimmings, making patterns, cutting and sewing garments, and ultimately marketing the goods to retailers. Some manufacturers run operations from production to consumption. Others, many function differently. Manufacturers might hire freelance designers to create collections or fashion consultants. Some companies design and do their own cutting, use their own contractors, and sew their own garments. Whatever the approach, manufacturers are responsible for all phases of production. So, huge benefits of having a manufacturer is developing the line, and they can even develop it and distribute it to the retailers. There's also a thing called a manufacturer rep, which is known for selling a number of non-competing lines in their own showrooms. Reps receive remuneration in the form of commissions from the manufacturers they represent, and they are technically classified as limited function wholesalers, but do take or physically handle the goods as full service wholesalers do in most fields. Just as important manufacturers are, licensing is the same. Licensing is an agreement in which individuals and businesses, the licensors, gives others, the licensees, such as fragrance or home fashion manufacturers, permission to use their names on products and companies for a fee or commission. The practice is intended to enable well-known designers to expand their influence and global recognition. Celebrities, entertainers, and corporations are all also involved in licensing agreements all across the globe. Designer licensing initiated in the mid 1960s, starting with Pierre Cardin and Ralph Lauren. As for some designers who wanted complete control over individual designs and the right of refusal for substandard offerings, others merely allowed their names to be placed on products without significant personal involvement. Pierre Cardin used this method and captured the attention of all consumers across the world and now has over 800 licensing agreements across the globe. Hey y'all, I appreciate y'all for like tuning in to my channel talking about fashion. Fashion is near and dear to my heart with along with styling. I just appreciate y'all. This is part 3 on the beginnings and evolutions of couture. We talked about the segments of the fashion industry, manufacturing, licensing, all type of shit. Hope y'all got more educated. I got more educated on certain things. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. A part 4 will be coming up very, very, very soon. And we're gonna talk more fashion because we back and we black and we black and we back. You feel me, baby? Love. Peace, y'all.